watch the previous game? Oh, you missed it. It was so much fun. Oh. 5-3, I think. Yeah. Before the game started. Over jerseys. That guy's nuts. Pardon me? Well, yesterday they wore the black jerseys. Today they did the same thing. Right off the bat. Well, they did, right? I don't quite understand. there we go. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay.
I can't hear you though.
Testing. 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 Testing.
Can you?
Testing. Testing. I can hear myself.
Oh, can you? We're okay then. Yeah. It's okay.
Okay. Morning, this is Craig Alloway and Mike McEwen calling the gold medal game for the Midget Elite Provincial Finals. It's the Calgary Fire and the St. Albert Raiders. Starting a little late today. Medal ceremony for the bronze game just held prior. It took a little long to clear the ice.
The fans are excited.
David Kelly Stanford on the forecheck, back in behind St. Albert's goal line. Up to the sideboards here. Stanford comes out of the corner into the middle of the slot. She takes a shot wide of the net. Matthew now being checked by 3 St. Albert players. St. Albert comes out with a puck and they're going to try to bring it outside in the neutral zone. It goes down to the far end. Sutton going in retreat. Icing waved off. Sutton now in behind her own net. Puck forward, St. Albert pulls the puck out. Now Stanford again. Stanford mid-ice for Lupert. Lupert back to Stanford. Stanford will bring it across the blue line. She's on the near side boards and loses the puck now to Thornton. Around the far side boards. Kept in by Sutton.
Well, it's a good, strong start for both teams, Craig. We've had back-to-back action already.
Cass Brown with a start today in net. Her last game as a midget in the fire system. Puck given away mid-slot. Check right away there by Ironside and Sutton. Sutton on the near side boards trying to bring it up. She can't. Pettimshan will go back and retrieve it at the corner. Backhand pass now to Sullivan. Sullivan inside her zone trying to move the puck up again. Fire able to clear. Pettimshan at center ice dumps it in. Backhand pass now in behind goaltender for St. Albert. Puck comes around the far side. Sullivan hard on the check. See a body go down. No call.
Whoa, we could have had a tripping there. It was pretty close.
Workman now, Dipsy Doodle on the far side. She'll move it into the middle for Sullivan. Sullivan backhand to the corner, beyond pursuit by Sudo and Severson. Sudo and Severson trying to play the puck. And now behind the St. Albert goaltender. Severson still aggressive on the check. Little bump and grind there with Thornton in the corner. St. Albert. Thornton now behind her own net. She'll push it across to number 5 of St. Albert, Warinka. Now the puck comes out, it's going down in the far end, and we'll see our first icing call of the day. 17:51 now in the first period.
Both teams have had a chance to get all their kids on the ice, Craig. They want to get rid of those shaky legs. I'm sure they're all pretty nervous.
It's a pretty good start to the game, actually. Face-off won by St. Albert. Goaltender Pasemko pushes it into the corner.
Held in by Fire Red. Sudo's in pursuit.
Now on the far side board, St. Albert now trying to clear the zone, and they will just get it across. Alloway will dump it back inside, though.
Fire Red stopped them again. Oh, we have a delayed offside. I don't think they know.
They're probably going to take the offside here.
Yep.
As Maloney comes into play. So Calgary Fire locked in their spot this game on Friday afternoon. St. Albert had to take the longer and more tense route and didn't secure their spot in this game until late yesterday, actually, when they beat Sherwood Park. And Sherwood Park did win the bronze medal against Calgary Fire White here just an hour ago now in Grand Prairie.
That was quite a game, Craig. A lot of controversies there. We had a couple of kids tossed out of the game.
Stanford now on the face-off, loses it to St. Albert. St. Albert will put it back to the point. We'll see a shot at net. A tip goes high. Over the
dangerous
net.
Deflection.
Cass Brown went to put her arm up and then brought it back down. Probably feel safer to go over the net than knock it down into her own crease. St. Albert now trying to play the puck. And Pasemko will have to cover it in front of her own crease. And now we'll have a face-off to her right. I think we're safe to say that we'll see probably this game a much cleaner affair than some of the other ones we've seen over the course of the weekend. These teams both really very similar in style, fast skaters, a lot of skilled players.
Both nice teams to watch. Nobody likes to see the chippy stuff.
Barnden just can't keep the puck in. Stanford will collect, and she'll try to bring it inside. Dean now fires it into the corner. They'll reach around the boards there. Well, St. Albert tries to play up.
Both teams making those dangerous moves in front of their own net on a breakout.
Still in the neutral zone now. Stanford gives a puck over to Dean. Dean will chip it in. Stanford collects it just on the blue line. She can't maintain possession. And Thornton will fire it down to the other end of the ice.
We might have an icing. Oh, it's waved off.
Icing waved off.
Lucky break for St. Albert.
Matthew now on the puck. She can't get it. St. Albert to take it around the side of the corner. And that's Warinka with St. Albert. Now back to the point for Thornton. Thornton back to Warinka. Warinka will put one towards the net, and it's deflected by Olivia Sutton, who backhands it up the ringette line. Shot short there by St. Albert. Sutton will pick it up. Again, trying to move it up forward. Nixon will try the same thing. She does get it across the line. They'll travel the line.
We might have our... Oh, it's like a curl. Oh, it made it over the line. Oh, but he waved it off anyway.
Icing waved off. Calgary Fire pretty aggressive on their forecheck at the moment. Ironside over to Workman. Workman will come bring down inside the circle. It's deflected. Nobody's falling back to recover, so the puck will come out in the neutral zone, and Ironside will have to pick it up.
Both teams tight checking so far, Craig. Kids don't have a lot of room to move with that puck.
Puck now still inside the Fire zone. Workman will go to play it. She'll put it across mid-ice to Sudo. Sudo now across the red line. Mishandled. Severson couldn't keep possession, and now St. Albert will break out of their end. The far side boards. Severson will move it over to Workman. Workman now. Back to Severson. Or sorry, Ironside. Ironside with a backhand up to Severson on the far side boards. No real sustained possession here in the last few seconds. Now Workman fires it into the St. Albert end. It'll curl around behind the St. Albert goaltender. Iwashko picks it up. She moves it up to Williams. Williams up to number 9 with St. Albert. That's Madison Murray. Puts it on net to Casperon. She steers it in the corner easily. Sullivan now in her own corner. She'll come up, move it across ice there. Severson can't maintain possession. Puck's being batted back and forth between St. Albert and Fire. Finally, Sudo backhand in the St. Albert end. Puck comes back out on the far side. Kitchen able to get possession, and she fires it back again in the St. Albert end. 14:05 now in the first period. Alloway at the point. She'll put it at net. Pasemko does have to kick it off to the corner. Pasemko now takes a high lobbing shot. Probably would have missed the net, but she grabs it anyways, and now we'll have a face-off to Pasemko's right.
I really like what I'm seeing so far, Craig. It's a lot of nice crisp passing.
Probably one of the
Both teams are keeping it wide.
And probably one of the better starts for Fire Red. They seemingly always come out a little sluggish in the first and then pick up as the game goes, but they've started, they've picked up their pace from the last game.
They can't afford to do that with St. Albert. They're a tight checking, fast team.
St. Albert now on the far side, get the puck out to the neutral zone. Alloway will try to keep it from coming to the zone, but goes into our corner, sorry, the Fire corner. St. Albert and Fire players jostling for the puck in behind the goal line. Nobody's able to get possession at this point. Now Maloney comes out with the puck. She'll put it on the far side. The Kitchen just can't reach it with her long stick there. Now in behind the net. Alloway on the puck. Alloway moves it up to McEwen. Kept in at the point by St. Albert until McEwen's able to poke check it out. Warinka now on the near side board. She pushes up to one of her players at the blue line. Puck now in Fire zone. Number 6, Katie Charco, leading scorer for St. Albert, both in the tournament and the regular season. Now we have Stanford trying to break in on her own. Line change, so her forwards are lagging a little bit behind her. Alloway's the deepest one in the zone right now. Alloway now going for a line change. St. Albert able to pick up the puck. Alloway cuts off her change. And
we got a 3-on-2.
Puts her positioning in the middle of the slot there. She goes in behind the puck. Net to play that puck. Pushes it to the corner now. St. Albert cycling back to the point. In now deeper for Ackroyd. Ackroyd tries to put it across. Just kept in by Young. Now Fire and St. Albert players jostling in the near side corner before Olivia Sutton's able to pick it. Alloway still hasn't made the change. Sutton backhand pass up into the neutral zone. Barnon and Dean on the forecheck.
Not-
Shan there tried to keep the puck in front of her bench. Squirted into the fire zone, but Alloa was able to move it out again.
Not a lot of shots by either team so far. It's really tight.
Sutton now in the puck, far side. She's got a little bit of room. She'll take a couple strides, get it up across center ice. Now Shan, far side. Tries to make a move. Nice poke check there by St. Albert to prevent that from advancing any further. Sutton now recovering the puck in front of her own bench. Has to make a couple of moves. She's trying to avoid 3 St. Albert players.
Oh, we might have too many men call here.
We've got too many men, yeah, on Calgary.
Oh, maybe not. Maybe not. I think it was just gloved ahead.
What do we got? It looked more like a fishing, casting, and reeling.
I'm not sure what that signal was. It was like, hey.
Bringing in a fish with them. But I think, yeah.
Oh,
Fire,
we were right the first time. We already got too many men.
And a pseudo.
Tough break there.
That. Yeah, a lot of activity at the bench there, people in and out. And when the puck's in that general vicinity, you're at high risk for one of those calls. So St. Albert enjoyed its first power play at 11:44 in the first period.
Sky Matthews at the face-off. Won by St. Albert.
And it was Kylie Foisey taking the face-off for St. Albert. Now back to the punt. That's Langenham. She'll fire it wide in the corner. Back again to the point. There's Workman now trying to bring the puck up across the blue line. Does get it across the blue line where it's stopped by St. Albert. And they'll retain possession now. Cycling back into their own end. Good forecheck by Lupert. Making it difficult for sustained breakout. St. Albert does now get it up into the fire zone. In behind the net. Workman will backhand it to Lupert. Lupert now on the side long boards. She'll be able to get possession on there.
Again, they're stopped in the neutral zone by St. Albert. They've done a great job of breaking up the penalty kill.
Lupert will backhand it and it'll go all the way down into St. Albert's end. So they'll recover and try to start off another drive here.
Nice stretch pass by St. Albert.
Number 11 with St. Albert.
Oh, walked in alone. Great chance for St. Albert. It was a
backhand shot by Langenham.
17, Marissa Stenke was given a puck right in front of the Calgary goalie and had a great scoring opportunity.
Okay, St. Albert now trying to set up from behind their own net. Move it up to Charco. Charco push it down a little further down to ice. We've got 29 seconds left in the penalty. The fire. St. Albert able to move the puck from around the backside of the net up to the point. Thornton takes a long wrist shot. Stopped by Brown. So we'll have a face-off to Browns.
Great looking power play for St. Albert. They really moved that puck around well. A nice shot from the point. And they sprung a girl open one-on-one with the goalie, but Cassidy Brown was able to make the save.
So we'll have a face-off to Brown's right. Charco for St. Albert in the face-off circle. She'll be squaring up against Kelly Stanford or McEwen?
Oh, it was McEwen.
McEwen now challenged the puck back at the point. Thornton for St. Albert. She'll take another wrist shot. It's on the short side. Bounces around behind the net where it's scooped up by St. Albert. Now back to the point again. Waning seconds of the power play. Puck deep inside the corner. We've got Kitchen and Nixon fighting to gain possession here. Charco comes out of it from St. Albert.
For even strength now.
It's McEwen on the far side. She'll put it to center ice there, bat it around a little bit before Suda's able to push it up to the red line. It's turned over now to St. Albert. St. Albert 1-on-3. Long looping shot. Brown easily able to manage. Well, another stoppage in play. It's 9:24 here in the first period.
Okay, Calgary's been able to kill off their first penalty, and St. Albert's had a first look at a power play. Oh. So we're back to even strength. Calgary in their own zone. Oh, risky face-off there. St. Albert got a really good shot at right off the face-off, but Calgary's breaking out.
Raider now,
oh,
number 9 with St. Albert.
Oh, 2 shots by
Madison
number 9.
Murray. Puck now in behind the net. Good pressure here by St. Albert.
Yeah, they've just come alive, Craig.
Fire now looking to try to get that puck out of their end. Workman now.
Oh, St. Albert held in again.
She'll only get it to the blue line. Dump back inside. Here's Ironside now in the corner. She'll backhand it over to the other side. Barnon will go and retrieve it out of their own corner. A little bit of room. She'll put it in Workman's skates. Workman able to maintain possession, get in the neutral zone. Here's Barnon now. Barnon brings it across the blue line.
No offside called.
They thought they were offside because they both, Workman and Barnon both looped out of the zone unnecessarily. Ironside now. She'll go play the puck from behind her own net up to Dean. Dean can't maintain control, and it's up still on the near side boards. Stanford on the ice again.
Oh, we got a shot from the point. Oh, and blocked.
St. Albert now in the corner, tries to put it out front. Picked up by Stanford. Stanford will lob it up into the neutral zone. We'll see some line change here for the Calgary Fire. St. Albert, long lead pass. The forward player just can't maintain control. Alloway puts it up in her own zone. She sends it up to Lupert at the blue line. Lupert over to Pedamshan. Pedamshan, long shot. It's wide.
Just wide.
Now we have Matthew. Matthew and Maloney on the near side boards. Keep it in. Lupert on the forecheck. Pedamshan now catch it on the far side boards. She's playing in the corner, looking for somebody to move the puck to. She does, into Lupert's feet. Here comes Maloney. She's going to put a shot on net.
Off the post.
Off the post. Pedamshan backhand back into the
puck is still loose.
Pedamshan again loops it into the front of the net.
Oh, great
pressure by Calgary Fire. Great response.
Good job by St. Albert to clear that puck.
Pasemko doing a stand-up job there. It took probably 3 or 4 shots in a flurry of activity. That's Warenka with St. Albert on right in front of her bench trying to take possession. Pseudo aggressive on the forecheck. Charco now has to play it back to Thornton. Thornton moves it on the far side boards.
It's like we have an icing. Oh, it's way.
Get behind Maloney, and we do have an icing, right?
Great job by Pasemko. She had to clear her own rebound after 3 really good shots in close. One of Calgary's rebounds went off her shoulder, off the post, and just to the side of the net.
So we're seeing a nice, fast action-paced, clean game here. The only penalty came from a bench penalty with too many players on the ice for Calgary Fire.
Yeah, let's hope it keeps this way.
So we have Pseudo here in the face-off circle. She's up against Kylie Foisey with St. Albert. Back to the point. That's Olivia Sutton. Olivia Sutton will try to put it down low. It's intercepted. She'll try another time here. She'll put it into the corner now. It goes behind St. Albert's boards. Thornton's there to collect. She'll backhand it up to Soltis. Pseudo now on the forecheck to Thornton. Thornton will move it back around her name to Warenka. Warenka on far side boards. Kept in, well, nearly kept in by Olivia Sutton. She'll have to retreat in the neutral zone, fire it back in. Everybody's on side and back in the zone. Here's Sullivan. Sullivan now trying to carry the puck around the backside of the net. Sullivan still to Sutton. Sutton with a shot. It's deflected by number 16 from St. Albert, Kylie Foisey.
I think I've lost my sound.
There's Foisey.
No, I'm still okay.
Stay on point, Mike. There's Thornton. Thornton will put a shot to the other side. Sullivan on the forecheck. Now we have Nixon playing over Severson. Severson will turn around to the red line and put it
Calgary's
back.
Looking to make a change.
The line change for St. Albert, or sorry, the Fire. Kitchen, McEwen out now. Stanford now on the ice as well.
Oh, it's blocked at the point.
McEwen looks like she's a little distressed there. Took a puck in the leg.
Point blank. I think she's heading to the bench.
Shot from number 14 with St. Albert, Sierra Wilhelm.
She let a howitzer go, and I think it caught McEwen on the side of the leg, maybe where the knee pad wasn't.
She'll get on the bench, rub a Tylenol on it, and hopefully she'll be out for her next shift. Face-off inside the Fire zone. That's Kelly Stanford wins the face-off. It goes to Workman. She'll push it around the far side boards. Fire unable to take the puck out of their own zone. Ironside now. She'll push it back to Workman on the far corner. Moving it up to Ella Kitchen. Ella Kitchen with a little room is able to move it up to Barnon, who deflects it inside St. Albert's zone. Now behind the net. There's Ironside on the near side. Megan Dean. Nobody really able to maintain possession here. It's back and forth between a Fire stick and a Raider stick.
Oh, we could have an icing here.
Wilhans, she'll backhand it down the wrong side of the red line for that. And, we'll see an icing now. With a face-off to Pasemko's right.
This game's really starting to open up now, Craig. We got some Stretch passes, some good opportunities at both ends.
We have 5:04 left in the first period. 0-0 game thus far. Good pace, good action. Stanford now in the face-off circle for Fire. She loses it to Charco from St. Albert. She'll put it around the back of the net. Stanford now collects it just at the bottom of the circle. Can't get much done with that. Now she'll backhand pass it in the middle slot, but it's picked up by St. Albert. St. Albert tries to clear and does.
Oh, we got a 2-on-1.
2-on-1 against Kyle Ironside. Shot goes short, goes around the sideboards. Now it'll be picked up by the Fire. Or no, Fire in pursuit. Charco's able to play it, but plays it to Kelly Stanford, who takes a shot at his block. And another opportunity.
Oh, and another great save.
Semko.
Semko, 2 beautiful saves. Lucky play for Calgary. That original shot, I think, went off the defenseman's leg and just happened to come right onto the stick of Lubert.
So now out for face-off, we have Pedamshan, Lupert, Matthew on the blue line, Alloway, Maloney. Fire wins the face-off. Maloney over to Alloway. Alloway will move it again over to Lupert. Lupert trying to get it in front of the net. This is Julianne Sherberth with St. Albert's trying to get the puck out. Can't. Pedamshan will push it back into the near side corner. Here's Thornton. She'll spin it around the boards. We're picked up by Alloway. Alloway just tries to put it into play. It's deflected and goes into the near side corner here. Thornton again. Moving it up to Warinka. Alloway, center ice. Looking for a little room. She pops it over to Matthew. Matthew loses it in her skates, and it's a turnover to Wilhans. Matthew now. Again in pursuit. Warinka on the far side. She'll move it to the red line, fire it in. Goes around the net where Brown will stop it. Maloney. Maloney on the far side corner. Cross ice to Alloway, a little behind her. Oh, a little contact on the boards there. Both players going in to play the puck. Pseudo now, across the red line. She'll dump it in. We get some line change here for the Fire. Here's St. Albert attempting to break out of the zone. Couple nice passes. They're able to push it across the blue line. It's picked up by Nixon, moved over to Sutton. Sutton now will fire it from her blue line. We got a icing call against Calgary Fire, and that'll go down to the left of Cass Brown.
Craig, we have an update from the Calgary bench. We're talking to the trainer there, and Julia McEwen is back in the game. She managed to...
It must have been Tylenol Extra Strength she rubbed on it, Mike.
All they're telling us is it's a lower body injury.
All right, face off to the left of Cass Brown. If you missed it this week, she was awarded the goaltender, most valuable goaltender for Midget Elite in the province. A nice shutout win against St. Albert earlier this week.
Oh, Olivia Sutton tried to catch Kelly, one of those patented stretch passes where she's sneaking in behind the defense, but just missed.
Not really a save, but it'll count on the shot clock, so Pasemko, she'll stop that here, give a chance for her St. Albert teammates to rally and see if they can get the puck out of their own zone. Nixon and Sutton at the blue line. We have Stanford, Kitchen, McEwen up at forward. Stanford wins the faceoff over Charco. Kitchen tries to backhand it over to McEwen. It's tipped into the corner now. Stanford now trying to work something here in the corner.
Oh, we got a penalty, Craig.
Coming up.
I think St. Albert's getting a penalty for body checking. One of the girls went just a bit too aggressive into the boards there.
That's number 19. Oh, I'm going to make a mess of this. Giuliana Giacobo,
I think.
We'll just say number 19 for the rest of this penalty.
Yes, we will.
2:43. The Calgary Fire will now have their first power play opportunity. Coach David Addison also presented Coach of the Year in Midget Elite on Thursday. Elects to keep the same line out here for the start of this power play. Stanford now in the corner.
St. Albert happy to tie up this puck.
3 St. Albert player. That's a lot of St. Albert bodies there in the power play, leaving Nixon wide open on the far side. If Fire can find a way to move the puck
really
over
aggressive power penalty kill here. They had three.
Yeah, it looks like they're
3 players in the
They're
boards.
electing to try to pin and hold here. There's Nixon now right for the net. She does get it on Pasemko, pushes it behind the net. Sutton now. Sutton with a lot of space. She'll put a wrist shot on net.
Oh,
Tried
almost
to
had a
tip by
deflection
Stanford.
there.
Here's McEwen now. McEwen in the corner. St. Albert able to just get the puck out in the neutral zone. Sutton will take some time in the red line, let her forwards come back, get on side. She'll move it across to Nixon. Nixon now brings it across the red line. She'll take it herself across the blue line. She's going to drop it for Kitchen. Kitchen over to McEwen. McEwen to the Sutton. Sutton will put a wrist shot on net.
Another good shot.
Pasemko there is able to manage, and she'll hold that.
Pasemko's looked really sharp today, Craig.
We'll see both teams change up personnel here. We got 103 left in the 103 left in the penalty, 145 left in the first period. We're scoreless here in Grand Prairie.
Calgary's going to need some traffic in front of the net, Craig, if they're going to get it past Pasemko.
Here's Pedamshan, Dean Barnden here. Ironside, Workman. I think Charco's out again for the face-off. I think she's been on here quite a bit here in the first period. Puck being pinned on the corner. Advantage to St. Albert to do this. Fire needs to push that puck loose. Ironside wide open on the far side point. Pedamshan taking on 3 players. Dean waiting to see where that puck was going to go. 41 seconds left in the power play. Puck comes back to Workman. She'll move it to Pedamshan. Pedamshan now to the corner. She'll put it towards the net. Barnon will try to put it out front. Dean tried a turning shot. Oh, a great chance by
puck
Barnon.
was loose.
Pasemko had to save it, but it was loose. Pedamshan couldn't get her stick on.
Yeah, Craig, that looks like a set play for St. Albert. If one girl's got the puck in the boards, they got 2 blockers on either side. I think they just try and kill as much time as they can there. And so far, it's worked pretty good for them.
So we see the forwards changed up here for Fire. The defense changed up for St. Albert. Hannah Sudo now in the face-off circle. She's with
we had a little talk on the St. Albert bench. I'm not sure what this is about.
Matthew and Lubert. Ironside Workman staying at the point.
Oh, here we go with the corner play again.
Just around 20 seconds now left in the power play. Just coming underneath a minute of play in the first period. Ironside
looking for the deflection.
Little bouncing puck goes off into the corner. Number 16, Kylie Foisey, getting the puck all the way down the other end. Cass Brown, she'll move it up to Workman. Workman now backhand pass to Looper where it's intercepted by Thornton. St. Albert able to kill that penalty. We're coming up on 30 seconds in the first period. Matthew now coming out of her own end. She push it off the boards in hot pursuit. The icing call waved off. Leger puts it around the far side. Workman will keep it in. 20 seconds left in the period. So now again tries to get it out. It's a little too high for Workman to grab and put down. Ironside will collect at her blue line.
We got 13 seconds left. That should almost do it. Whoa. We got
aggressive forecheck by St. Albert almost created a turnover. Now the puck up on the near side boards. And we'll have the end of the first period here. Scoreless. Really good game, back and forth at this point. We've only seen one actual penalty, other than the bench minor to Calgary, only one penalty. So nice, clean and spirited game so far.
Yeah.
Good afternoon. Craig Alloway, Mike McEwen back here in Grand Prairie, Alberta. About to enter the second frame of the gold medal game for the Midget Elite Provincial Finals. Calgary Fire and the St. Albert Raiders tied at 0-0.
Okay, the fans are alive, Craig.
Good, a lot of bodies in the stands here for the gold medal game.
I checked at UFA today to try and get a cowbell. Apparently they're completely sold out of cowbells.
There's some bell-less cows walking around local pastures here in Grand Prairie as well today. Weird coincidence.
Yes.
Cass Brown in goal for the Fire today. This is her last game as a Calgary Fire goaltender. She'll be off to some other pastures next year. I'm sure that whatever team gets her is going to be very lucky to have Cass Brown as their goaltender.
We got some serious dancing in the crowd today, though. I absolutely love the ambassadors at St. Albert, or at that Grand Prairie supplied for these teams. Those kids have a lot of spirit.
All right, we're about to get going here. Stanford, Charco in the face-off circle. Stanford is able to poke it up across St. Albert's blue line, push back into the neutral zone. A little back and forth here. Sutton will collect inside her own end. She'll have to make a move. Charco with a heavy forecheck. Sutton now up to Stanford at the blue line. She'll move it across to Matthew. Matthew now will bring it inside St. Albert's zone, and she's got Lupert with her. Nixon now. She'll push it in the far side corner. Will St. Albert will collect. They'll move it around the back side of the net. Sutton will try to keep it in. Can't. The puck springs free, and Stanford has to collect. Stanford and Nixon. Nixon on the far side. She'll try to put it cross ice for Stanford in behind. She does collect at the blue line, though, and pushes it into St. Albert's end. Oh, a little contact by Lupert.
Oh, shot through. Great save. Semko looking sharp again.
And that's Thornton now as St. Albert tries to collect and move the puck out. It's jammed up on the far side boards. Stanford with a dig.
She's going to need to change. She's tired.
Now in the corner again. St. Albert moves it across. Pedamshan's able to, well, not quite able to keep it at the blue line, and we'll have an offside. Face off in front of Calgary Fire bench.
Oh, I don't know if she's calling offside. I think she might be calling too many men. Can the linesman call too many men, Craig? Because she blew that whistle right as it hit.
I believe they can, actually. But no, we'll have an offside.
Looks like it just is offside.
That's Pedamshan in the face-off circle. She'll be squaring up against Kylie Fossey with St. Albert.
We have the linesman is back for another chat. Oh, and the ref's doing that signal again with his hand. I do believe they're going to. The coaches don't look happy.
Yeah, Calgary bench does not agree with that offside call.
Oh, yeah, we got too many men. It's unfortunate. As Isabel jumped on the ice, the puck hit her right on the stick, and I'm pretty sure the other player had their foot in the bench.
That's twice now we've had bench minor or the Fire. Too many players. We'll be shorthanded here for the next 2 minutes at 18:52 in the second period. It's Sullivan taking that face off. It goes back to Washko. She'll move it across to her partner at the point. It's Langenhanen. Washko, she'll miss moving that puck forward, and it'll go back into the corner. Severson tries to play. Ironside now.
Oh, trouble.
Puck sits dangerously outside the crease. Now we got a penalty here against St. Albert for hooking. So, St. Albert power play over 21 seconds in.
Yes, Carla Ironside was going after that puck, and St. Albert 16 just held her up a little too much.
So we are 4-on-4, so this would get really exciting now with well-skilled, speedy teams like this, only playing 4 players aside. We should see a lot of action here.
Everybody loves a 4-on-4, Craig. This game's going to open wide open now. Should see some long passes and some skating.
Sullen, Severson, Alloway, Maloney for the Fire. St. Albert wins possession of that puck. They'll bring it up across their own blue line. It's number 21 with St. Albert. Kristen Lage. Lage now, her side. She puts it all the quiet way across, and it goes through the blue paint, but into the far side corner. Back to St. Albert point. Long looping shot.
Whoa, that was pretty
bounces.
scary.
Yeah, bounces. Cass Brown has to get creative with that save, but she hangs on to it.
Unfortunately, Calgary's defenseman, Katie Maloney, accidentally tipped that puck as it was coming, bounced, but Cassidy took it under control anyways. First zone possession on the 4-on-4 goes to St. Albert. Let's see if Calgary can get it out. Or
Stanford on the ice with McEwen. Here's Sierra Wilhans in the face-off circle for St. Albert. Goes back to St. Albert point. Shot on net. Kick saved by Olivia Sutton. Thornton trying to play it for St. Albert. Sutton will come out with the puck. She'll put it to McEwen. Sutton now again. She'll bank it off the sideboards for Stanford. McEwen in the neutral zone. Neither team able to really get clear possession here. Goes back into fire zone. Langenhanen, she'll go into the corner and grab it. She's up against the boards with Nixon. Stanford take matters in her own hand, comes across the ringette line, moves it to McEwen at center ice. McEwen tries to dump it in and hits Thornton in the shoulders, stops dead there. Puck back in the neutral zone where McEwen collects. She's on the far side boards. Let's try to move it to Stanford in the middle where it's deflected by Thornton. Sutton now. She'll just dump it in. Pasemko plays it off to their defenseman. Now it's the far side corner. He just left there. Gala Kitchen, no problem picking that puck up. She tried to play around. Washko picks it up. Stanford now on pursuit. Thornton for St. Albert. Stanford with a fire. Both fall down here in the corner. Nothing coming in from the referee. Another collapse there by Stanford.
Well, we have a power play for Calgary now for about 10 seconds.
Attempted icing by St. Albert's, blocked by Pedamshan. Kitchen now with the puck, and she's in behind the goal line for St. Albert. Out to Pedamshan, just can't manage that pass. Sutton will have to collect. She'll try to move it over to Nixon.
And we're even strength again. Oh, a nice deflection in front. And the puck is loose.
Ella Kitchen picks up that puck. The referee looked like he was going to make a call there and then put his hand back down. Sutton now into the neutral zone. She tries to move it across. Pedamshan will pick it up at center ice and she'll dump it with a backhand into the far corner.
Both teams putting fresh legs out.
That's Barnan now with the Calgary Fire up against 3 St. Albert defenders. She's only able to get the puck around the corner where Ironside comes up to play. He's unable to keep it in the corner. It comes out in the neutral zone before Hanasudo fires it back in. Collected by St. Albert. Warinka on the far side trying to make a play, and it goes all the way down the other end, and we have an icing call at 15:37 in the second period. 0-0 score.
Well, the 4-on-4 was not quite as exciting as I wished it would have been, Craig, but we did have a couple opportunities.
Certainly expecting a little more end-to-end type of action, but it just seemed like neither team could really gain meaningful possession of the puck.
I think these teams are so evenly matched, Craig. You don't get a lot of open ice, a lot of tight checking. The minute you got the puck, you got to have your head up and make a pass immediately.
Stanford wins the face-off. She'll put it back to Workman at the point. 5-on-5 here. Workman over to Ironside. Ironside puts it towards the net, hits a cloud of people, pushed off into the corner. Here we go. Stanford now trying to make something. Puck goes in behind the St. Albert net and around the near side corner. Megan Dean will try to make a play. St. Albert defenders pretty aggressive on the checking here in their own end. Not a lot of room for Fire to make anything of this puck inside the St. Albert zone. Stanford now. She'll put a puck on net. It goes high into the corner and it'll loop around and go down the ice here. No icing. Be collected by Megan Dean. She's being checked by Annika Nesset with St. Albert. Puck now to Workman. Workman, she'll spin it back to Ironside on the far side. Ironside now. She moves it up to Dean just at the blue line. Quick tip pass to Pedamshan. Pedamshan brings it into the St. Albert zone where it's returned now all the way back down the Calgary Fire zone. We might have an icing here, and we do.
Good 14 minutes and 30 seconds left in this period.
Almost feels like we got a little bit of a energy letdown here compared to the first period.
We got pretty excited for that 4-on-4, and now both teams are trying to recover and get back to the game plan.
Pedamshan puts a puck into the far side boards where it's scooped up by St. Albert and moved around behind their net. Matthew now. Loose puck in behind St. Albert's net. Picked up by one of the defensemen there. Moved back over to the near side boards again. Now we're going to go back. Weak backhand pass. Just barely gets to the other defender. So Lubert now trying to do something. Alloway is going to keep it inside. Just push it into the corner. Pedamshan misses it. Matthews trying to recover. Here's St. Albert captain now. Tries to fire it out. Alloway is able to keep it in. She'll push it back into the corner with Matthew on pursuit. Here's St. Albert trying to get the puck out of the zone. Good forecheck by Fire, preventing that. St. Albert unable to get anything going here. Alloway scoop it out on the near side boards. Tries to move it inside. Nothing coming of that. Here's Matthew now. Now Maloney on the near side board. She tries to move over to Alloway. And
oh, this could be trouble. Oh, and she ices
Albert is able to recover. Did just backhand pass it all the way down. And we'll have another icing call with a face-off now to Pasemko's right.
We had a mishap at the blue line by Calgary, and it looked like St. Albert may have had a chance to go down on a 2-on-1, but I think all the girls were tired and dumped the puck and just wanted to change.
Sometimes icing's not just good on cakes, Mike.
No, that's true.
Here's Sutton. Sutton, her shot goes into the corner. Puck now on the far side board. Nixon will keep it in. It's number 14 with St. Albert, Sierra Williams. Should move it up to Orenko. Orenko now off the boards. Puck comes out in the neutral zone here before it's
like
pushed
another
down
icing
into Calgary Fire zone. Another icing call.
I'd have to say in the last 2 minutes, Craig, Calgary's had some good pressure in the St. Albert zone.
Shots in the first period were 10-10, a 0-0 game. And as we mentioned before, we expected this to be a close game. Very similar styles for both teams. We've had 3 penalties so far, 2 bench minors from Calgary Fire, and a hooking call for St. Albert in the first period. Here's Sutton racing back to her end to get the puck, no icing. She's being checked by 2 St. Albert forwards. Sutton able to pick it up. She moves it across to Nixon in front of the net. Nixon now bring it up across the blue line to Severson. Severson neutral center ice, drops it for Sudo. Sudo put it.
Oh, it's in the net, Craig.
A long, soft shot actually just comes inside the far side post.
Beautifully placed, Craig. She used a defenseman as a screen, and it looked like I just want to get this on net, and it was just right off the outside post. Beautiful shot.
Yeah, so
I don't think the goalie even saw it until it was too late.
Yeah, I think you're right. I don't even think the intent was really to score on that there by the velocity of the shot, but they all count. Calgary Fire draw first blood. 12:34 in the first period. This is the gold medal game in the Division Elite Provincial Finals. Ella Kitchen trying to handle the puck in the neutral zone. Ironside now. She'll recover at the blue line. Good forecheck by St. Albert here, making it difficult for Fire to escape their own end. Foisey now keeping it in on the near side boards. Soltis in pursuit. Ironside tries to move it to Stanford on the far side. Stanford moves it to McEwen at center ice. McEwen now trying to make something here. Takes it in the middle. McEwen still with possessions. Poke check by Foisey. Foisey now will try to go on the far side. Workman and Ironside taking good position there. She has to dump it in. Ironside moving it up to McEwen at the blue line. We got a too many men call here for St. Albert.
Well, it looks like St. Albert's coach is not happy with this call.
He's arguing. Maybe
I'm not sure about these too many men calls, Craig. I've never seen this before. It actually was the puck was in Fire's possession as they were changing, and the girl just happened to be in this vicinity. But he is calling.
Yeah, and you don't often see that many bench minors for too many men, and
appears to be the call of the day.
You saw earlier Scoots with Calgary Fire. She was a little animated about that last one, and St. Albert's coach likewise was animated about this one. So we have a misinterpretation of how the rules supposed to run here somewhere. Regardless, Fire power play. 11:37 in the second period. But puck back to Maloney. Maloney now is going to move over to Alloway. Alloway She'll just put it at net. Tipped actually out of the way by Barnden. In behind. St. Albert able to get their stick on it. Barnden now pushes it far side. St. Albert's able to collect. We'll put it off the glass. Oh, Maloney, nice kick save to keep it inside the blue line. Back to Maloney again at the point. Maloney tries to move cross ice.
Oh, and a one-timer. Jana Barner with a nice one-timer.
Here's Pedamshan on the corner, tries to get it back to Maloney. Unable to do so. St. Albert's able to collect and send it down the end of the ice. 10:55 in the second, 1:13 left in the power play. Alloway holding behind her net, waiting to set up this power play. She'll come out front. She's going to try to move it over to Pedamshan. It's tipped by Charco, and the puck stays inside their zone. Pedamshan now over to Alloway. Alloway with a little bit of room. She's got Dean up front for her. She's got some room here, though, to move. She will take the puck all the way across to the far side. She'll slow up there. She tries to drop it across. Mishandled. And St. Albert comes away with the puck. Nixon now in pursuit in the corner. Here's Nixon. Pseudo. Number 16.
Calgary really struggling with their breakout.
Kylie Foisey with St. Albert really doing a number there. She's a one-woman wrecking crew, and Calgary's chance to do anything on this power play so far. Fire now. Do have possession in St. Albert end. Behind the net. Hannah Pseudo up to Olivia Sutton. Sutton will try to move in. She'll move the puck over to Nixon. Nixon with a shot at net.
Oh, we had a good chance of a rebound right off the goalie's pad. It's back in front again. Couple swipes at it by Lubert.
A flurry of activity. Again, these teams, aggressive but not silly. And I mean, we saw a lot of games this week where that activity in front of the net would have resulted in somebody getting a penalty. But
Pasemko is back on her game, not fazed by the first goal. Couple of great saves there on the power play.
Here's Pseudo to Matthew. Matthew on the far side boards. Penalty's about to expire for St. Albert. We're 5-on-5 now. Aykroyd enters the zone from the penalty box. Help try to clear this puck.
Oh, another shot on net.
Here's Sutton. Sutton keeps it in. St. Albert now able to get it out. It's going to go the length of the ice zone. We'll have an icing call again. So the puck will come back in 9:23 to Pasemko's left.
I haven't been able to keep track of the shots, Craig, but I'd have to say Calgary might be edging ahead of St. Albert on shots so far in this period.
No shot clock here in Warehouse Arena in Grand Prairie. Beautiful ring, but just the oddity of not having the shot clock.
We can't have everything, I guess.
Bizarre. And there's no beer gardens here either.
Well, yeah, that would be everything as well.
Puck goes back in the neutral zone. Ironside is going to collect inside her own end. She's going to move up the far side boards to Severson. It's picked off, however. St. Albert. Great play, great aggressive play by number 21, Kristen Leger, to keep that puck and put it back in the fire zone.
Now we have another penalty. Looks like a tripping call on Calgary. So now St. Albert will get a tryout for power play this period.
And that's Stanford. So Calgary Fire's most threatening forward in the box now. The defensive specialists out. Siobhan Sullivan, who's done an amazing job all weekend on penalty kill. She'll take the face-off with Severson, Ironside, and Workman.
Charco out here for the face-off for St. Albert. Kind of came to a draw, but St. Albert's got possession.
Back to the puck, back to the point for Leger. Wrist shot from just outside the ringette line by Langenhagen. Here's Charco coming into the corner. She'll move it back to the point for Leger. Get a slap shot here.
Oh, redirected, but just wide.
And that redirection did come inside. It was going to go much wider than it did, but it did miss the net after the
Another chance. Oh, and there's a goal. Beautiful save by Cassidy Brown, but the rebound landed right on a St. Albert player, and I'm not sure which one that was. It got it in.
Yeah, I think that was Charco that ended up with getting the goal there.
Yeah, all you have to do is look at the line. Yes, it was number 4. Aykroyd, I believe.
Oh, it was Aykroyd, sorry. All right, so we're 1-1 now at 8:31 in the second period here in Grand Prairie. We knew this game would be close, and St. Albert proves us right by tying it up. And
so that'll do it for the power play. Kelly Stanford should be back on the ice.
So Pseudo, McHugh, and Kitchen with Alloway and Maloney. for the Fire. Maloney up the ice. It goes into the St. Albert zone. It'll be managed easily and pushed back out into the neutral ice. Alloway attempted stick check, didn't work. Maloney did. McEwen pushes up into the zone. Kitchen, first Fire player in there, should go against Warenko. Warenko push it around the far side boards. Maloney comes in to try to pinch.
Oh, we got a 2-on-1.
2-on-1 against Alloway. Alloway's going to take the pass. Brown takes a shooter with a save at 8 minutes in the second period.
Whoa, this game has come alive now, Craig. It's really opened up. Fans are roaring.
Well, when you have two of the best teams in Midget Elite Hockey squaring off in the gold medal game, can't expect much more.
This is what you expect right here. It's going to be tight all the way through.
Got some personnel adjustments here by St. Albert. It's Kylie Foisey. He's going to, well, she was going to take a face-off. Now Ackroyd's in against Stanford. Stanford wins. Comes back a little bit at the net there, and Sutton has to push into the corner and try to help start something as far as the breakout goes.
Calgary clears the zone.
Washko back to get it. She moves it across the far side. It's pushed up in the neutral zone for Ackroyd. Here's Sutton. Sutton, long attempted lead pass to Stanford. It's picked off by St. Albert, and they'll push it back into the Fire zone where Sutton has to retrieve it once again. Good forecheck by St. Albert here. Stanford goes back to help, does collect the puck. She's going to carry it a little bit here. Oh, turnover there. Cass Brown has to put some pads down.
This
to the corner.
This two-man forecheck for St. Albert has turned over a lot of pucks and given them a lot of opportunities. Oh, and here.
Oh, long lead pass for Stanford. Again, goes off her stick. She's not able to hang on to it. Goes into the far corner where she does collect. She pushes it over to Dean. Dean all the way across the middle, tries to do a spinorama. Can't quite get it off. Puck's made about 3 or 4 connections with girl sticks, but nothing really comes of it.
Wow, Craig, we had the entire Fire team in front of the net there. None of them could decide who's going to shoot the puck.
6:49 in the second period.
Oh, we got an icing, so it's back. Oh, the St. Albert coach wants to talk to the ref about something here. I'm suggesting that he's probably talking about the icing. That did go off Calgary Stanford's stick before the red line and managed to make it over. He's quite heated though. He just banged his board on the ground.
Clipboard abuse in the St. Albert bench.
Hopefully that thing doesn't break. Those are very expensive.
Petimshan now in the corner. She'll try to push it out front. Pasemko though hangs on to it. We'll see another stoppage in play.
Looking sharp again. Might as well try those hard angle shots. We've seen that a lot from the teams this weekend. They tried those wide angle shots and just try and catch the goalie behind the shoulder, maybe pop one in or get a good rebound in front. It's not a bad idea.
Petimshan in the face-off circle against Foisey. St. Albert wins that draw. Warenka tries to fire it around. It's picked up by Matthew. Oh, little contact there in the boards. It's like we have a St. Albert player in a little distress.
Sky Matthews was going into the boards, and one of the St. Albert players gave her an extra shove, and she fell into one of the St. Albert kids. And unfortunately, she was just at a bad position when she hit the boards.
Sky Matthew, one of the bigger players on Calgary Fire. Her size probably outmatched the St. Albert forecheck there. Hopefully she's okay.
Hopefully she's okay.
Not sure what number that is.
Yeah, can't tell from here.
It's number 7 with St. Albert. That's Thornton. Don't like to see that action. It's been a pretty clean game. I think the contact was really accidental. So through the regular season, St. Albert was the best team in the North and came away with 50 points overall, and besting Sherwood Park, who was the bronze medal winner earlier today. And Calgary Fire actually tied their nemesis, Calgary White, at 61 points, but lost in the head-to-head contest. So you know, technically you got 2 of the best 3 teams in the province here squaring off for a gold medal.
Very quiet in the stands right now. Everyone just waiting to see if
Thornton's rolled
Thornton's
over
going to be
now.
okay.
She's on her back now. She started off.
That's a good sign to see her moving.
Trainer going through protocol. 6:30 here in the second period, tied 1-1.
Oh, we got the gates opening in the back. Oh, we got EMS going to check her out.
Here. So Thornton sitting up now here. So again, if you didn't see it on live stream earlier today, Sherwood Park won the bronze medal against Calgary White. It was a 6-4 game with an empty netter at the end for Sherwood Park. Here's Thornton coming off. Getting some assistance by Kylie Foisey. Hopefully she's all right and she'll be back on the ice here. Okay, so there is no penalty off that contact and an injury to Thornton. So we'll see 5-on-5 here. Pedamshan in the face-off circle. Looks like Katie Charco will be her adversary. Workman, Ironside, the blue line. Lubert, Matthew, wingers for Pedamshan. Got Aiden Soltis out there for St. Albert as well. Ironside now, far side boards. Ironside, Pedamshan. Puck pin on the far side, comes loose. St. Albert's able to pick it up, try to move it in front to Langenhagen. She can't. Workman, she'll fire it in. Picked up again by St. Albert, and they'll move it into the neutral zone. Puck now right in front of the Calgary Fire bench. Charco, move to the far side for Langenhagen. She's able to make a nice move at the blue line, get around Ironside. She pushes it backhand. Pedamshan intercepts though. You see a breakout here going the other way for Fire. Long lead pass to Workman. She'll push it across the blue line. She moves it over to Lupert. Lupert now with possession. She'll put it back to the point for Ironside. Ironside, Pedamshan. Pedamshan will put it in front of the net there. St. Albert's able to get a stick on it. Here's Pedamshan on the near side. She'll put it over to Sullivan. Sullivan now trying to do something. She can't quite manage the puck. Here's Charco going around the back side of the net. Her clearing attempt deflected by a Fire skate. Stays inside St. Albert's zone. Alloway out for Ironside now. Maloney on for Workman. Another clearing attempt, goes off a skate. Kind of dangerous there right beside the net. Besemko in good position though. Here's Charco trying to clear it again. Maloney unable to keep it inside her zone. She comes back. She's going to carry it across the blue line. Tries to move it over to Sudo. Sullivan on the forecheck. So okay, St. Albert here with possession coming out across the red line. Alloy Maloney back. Puck goes to the net. Brown able to poke it with her stick, and it goes up into the mesh.
Yeah, we had a great bit of sustained pressure from Calgary in deep in the St. Albert zone. Didn't get a lot of shots on net, but.
So 4:47 left in the second period. We've got a tie, 1-1 here in Grand Prairie.
Aykroyd at the face-off for St. Albert. Lost to Calgary.
Sutton puts it around the boards to Kitchen, kept in by St. Albert. Now back in the near side corner, Sutton will have to go in and collect again. She'll push it across over to Nixon, go past Nixon, Kitchen. Kitchen now pokes it outside the blue line, where Aykroyd's able to take possession and move it over to her D partner. St. Albert now back in the Fire end. Fire unable to get this puck out across center ice. Here's McEwen. Back to the St. Albert point, a slap shot there deflected. McEwen picks up. She tries to move a long lead pass to Stanford. Stanford one-on-one right now. She's going to try to make a little move.
Shot through. Great save by Sipisenko.
Here are McEwen on the forecheck. Nixon will come up and keep that puck inside. St. Albert player hits.
almost had a scoring opportunity right through Kelly's legs.
There's Sutton, one-timer, right on Pasemko. Pasemko managed to save it. Rebound comes out, St. Albert plays.
Well, I think the net might be off. Oh, no, we have a penalty called, tripping.
We have a tripping call.
I believe it's the St. Albert goalie. Julia McEwen was winding up for the one-timer, and I think it was Ella Kitchen in front, got tripped by the goalie.
Let's see who St. Albert elects to have serve this penalty. Unfortunate.
It looks like
unfortunate when you got to serve a goalie minor penalty, because basically the coach is making a decision who's the least valuable player that was on the ice at that time.
Number 20, Julian Sherberth, is going to serve the penalty.
So Sherberth in the box for 2 minutes. 3:47 left in the second period. We're tied. Workman, Ironside, the blue line. Matthew, Pedamshan, Lubert on to start this power play. The Soltis there will get it up at the center ice. Workman now. Workman going on the far side. Pedamshan drops back to cover Workman's defensive slot. Now Lubert will go back. Pedamshan over to Lubert. Lubert in mid-ice. She's going to make a move over to Ironside. Ironside being pressured by Wawrinka. Lubert's attempt to make a shot is picked off here by Foisey. Foisey, we've got Ironside and Lubert trying to get back. Cass Brown has to make a save. Now we've got a penalty to AJ Lubert.
I missed something behind the play.
Yeah, there was a little contact there at the end. And the referee, trying to keep control of this game, went in and made that call. A little motion by Lubert. You don't typically see her like that.
Normally a pretty calm kid. I think she's upset about the call. I didn't see what happened, Craig, but Calgary's not going to be happy with this penalty. And it's a 4-minute.
So we'll be even here, though, for 4-on-4 for 1:21 before St. Albert will take a power play opportunity into the end of the second period. Here's Sutton coming across the red line. She'll dump it off to Stanford. Stanford's got easy possession, puts it on net. Good save by Pasemko. 2:57 here in the second period. We've got Sutton, Nixon, Pedamshan, and Stanford. So Coach David Addison looking to put some offensive pressure on here while they're 4-on-4, at least putting two of his top centers on the ice at the same time.
Things just got really interesting here, Craig. We've got 4-on-4 and a 4-minute penalty. 3 minutes left.
That's really our first physical penalty too of the game. Head contact. St. Albert here trying to break out of their own end. Unable to. Stanford keeps it just inside the blue line. She's not able to advance any further. St. Albert now with possession going around their own net. Number 19 with St. Albert. She's going to move it up.
Just happy to ice it, I guess.
Off the boards, and it's going to go down.
Oh, it might roll right to the goalie.
Yeah.
Lucky break.
Cass Brown will have to move to Sutton. Sutton off the boards here. Pedamshan now is going to lob it cross ice to Nixon. Langenhanen is in quick pursuit and actually get there first. She pushes it back to her point. That's Leger. She can't hold on to it though. And Nixon now.
Hold it.
Oh, good pressure by St. Albert. They're able to keep that puck inside the Calgary Fire zone. We've got 15 seconds left in the St. Albert penalty before they go on a power play here for about 2.5 minutes.
We've had 2 4-on-4s, and St. Albert has definitely had the
dangerous
more
cross-ice pass picked up by Foisey. Foisey fires her shot over the net. The penalty to St. Albert's over. 5-on-4 now in favor of St. Albert.
For about 2 minutes and 30 seconds.
Barring any scoring, that'll finish the period. St. Albert with 5 players and Calgary only with 4. Here's Foisey. Foisey puts it cross-ice to Awashko. Shot deflected by Olivia Sutton into the corner. Sutton now trying to get the puck out. It can't. Awashko takes it at the point. She'll move it cross ice to Young. Young shot wide. Here's Charco. Charco back to Awashko again now. Slap shot wide with the net again. Here's Sutton trying to get on puck. She's not able to get to possession. Willans moves it to the point. Here's Willans on the far side. There's Foisey. Foisey puts it back up to Young. Young to Awashko. Back to Young. She'll move to far side corner to Foisey. Foisey's shot blocked by Nixon.
Oh, but
Nixon
not go.
tries to clear, but it's kept in by Young. There's Foisey again. Nixon tries to make a shot. Oh, nice attempt by the Young, and the blue line dives to try to get it with her stick, but not enough to stop it.
That's a delayed offside, but the ref waved it off.
Nixon trying to get it out. Goes to Foisey again. A lot of pressure by St. Albert here. Calgary Fire need to get this puck out of their end. Kill the next 20 seconds of the second period.
St. Albert's with some.
St. Albert can't clear though, and here's Nixon. Dean. Dean now takes the puck in the corner. We're underneath 10 seconds. This will probably see the end of the period here.
That should do it, Craig. They might take a long shot with 1 second left.
So end of the second, we have a tie game here in the gold medal match in Grand Prairie, Alberta. St. Albert now will start the third period with a 51-second power play. And sorry, my Grand Prairie accent coming out there. We will definitely see some action.
The St. Albert power play has been very effective, Craig. You pass the puck around. Calgary's going to have to be really on guard when this comes back on to the third period.
We'll see y'all in 15 minutes. We're back here in Grand Prairie, Alberta at the Warehouse Arena. This is the gold medal match for Midget Elite Hockey in the province. St. Albert Raiders, Calgary Fire. St. Albert's going to enjoy 51 seconds of a power play here.
Greg, I just had my second latte of the day. I hope the girls are as awake as I am.
Yeah, a little bit of slower period I found in the second from the first. Even less shot potential. St. Albert with 9 and Fire with 7 here in the second period.
Oh, you're talking about the girls. I thought you were talking about me for a minute there.
Off the face-off, Sullivan puts it back to Workman. Workman will fire it into the St. Albert end. It'll be picked up there by number 19. She'll move it across the ice to Leger. Back up the far side into the neutral zone. Workman prevents an easy entrance by Langenhanen. There's Aykroyd. She'll put it towards the net. Workman's able to manage and push it all the way down. Nice. Putting time left in the penalty list underneath 40 seconds now. St. Albert tries to rally and come out of their own end.
Both teams have had the whole break to figure out what to do in this last penalty.
Puck just comes into Calgary's end, delayed offside. St. Albert had to retreat before they come in on the forecheck now. There's Workman. She'll do a high lobbing shot to clear the zone. St. Albert's going to make some changes here. Here's Zawashko. She'll go back to collect behind her own net. St. Albert now moving up far side boards. High shot has to be pulled down.
Oh, we have got an offside.
By Willands. And then we have an offside here. 18:54 left in the third.
I don't know if you noticed or not, Craig, but both teams, a puck was thrown towards their bench. They were in the middle of a change. They both held off on their change and left everybody on the bench.
Everybody a little sensitive now after 3 too many players calls. Face off now coming back to the just outside St. Albert's blue line. Here's Stanford for Fire. She gets the face off, takes it in on her own, stumbles. Puck will come back out. Alloway's going to recover at the red line. Alloway now looking to move the puck forward. She does to Stanford. Stanford can't keep it on her stick. Now here's Wilhans. She'll move it up the ice there. Maloney's got to play the puck and the player at the blue line. Here's Stanford around the far side. She'll put it to McEwen. McEwen now backhand to Kitchen. Kitchen with a stick that seems like it's 7 feet long. Oh my God. Here's Stanford behind the net. She'll fire it far side. Alloway's got a sprint to try to keep it in, and she does.
Oh, well, great job. She's going to play it off her knees.
She's got to play off her bum here. Put it into St. Albert zone. They'll recover, and they'll start to break out.
I think she had everybody nervous there.
Long lead pass to Soltis. Can't maintain it, but she tips it into Calgary's in. Here's Sutton. Sutton on the near side. Her clearing pass deflected. Warinka trying to move it in front. In front of the net is Langenhanen. She can't keep it on her stick. Goes off the corner. Calgary to push it out.
That was over. Should be delayed offside. They're back onside.
Sutton to Dean. Tipped. High jumping pass, but Sutton picks it up. She's got a little room. It's backhanded to Pedamshan. Pedamshan now push it in. Here's Warinka for St. Albert Raiders behind her own net. Kept in along the boards there by the Fire. Thornton back on the ice. She was got hurt there a little bit in the second period. It's good to see her back on the ice. Here's Sutton. Sutton on the far side, backhand to Pedamshan. Little back and forth action here between the Fire and the Raiders. Nobody able to really come out with a clear possession.
Oh, we still have a delayed offside.
Warinka now puts it to the far side. Thornton will pick it up. Retreat by Fire and give Warinka a little room, and she's able to push it all the way down to the Fire zone with another offside. 16:54 in the third period.
That was a fast 4 minutes. 3 minutes, sorry. Both teams made a change.
So we have Suda, Matthew, Lubert on for forwards, Ironside and Workman. Backing up the blue line. Willands tries to come away with a puck off that face-off. St. Albert keeps it in the Fire zone. Here's Ironside on the far side. She'll backhand it up to Lubert. Lubert now trying to get a center right pass. Picked off by St. Albert and pushed back in the corner and behind the net. Workman to play. Fire unable to clear the puck out of their zone. St. Albert aggressive on the forecheck. Here's Lubert. Lubert trying to move the puck. Picked up now by Sudo. She'll push it over to Workman. Workman. Long pass to Lubert. Can't keep it on her possession, but it does get out of neutral ice. He's number 20 now, Julian Sherberth. Her pass up to Foisey. Now put it into the corner here. Iron side to Workman. Here's the puck now just inside the blue line at the Fire zone. Scooped up by Matthew.
Oh, we got a 2-on-1.
Lubert here, 2-on-1. Puts it on net. Glove save by Pasemko.
Oh, and again we had some extra, a little bit extra shoving at the goalie.
Both teams need to be careful here. They want to go in a shorthanded position here with tied 1-1 coming up at the three-quarter mark in the third period. Stanford, Severson, Sullivan, the S line with Maloney and Alloway backstopping this face-off. Stanford coming away with the puck into the corner. That's Leung trying to play it off. Goes over to the other side. St. Albert able to clear it here. Alloway, the only defender back, is able to force St. Albert to push the puck wide. Back to the point. There's Washko. Long pass, short side. Sullivan now will collect. She's got a little bit of room. She'll be able to get across the blue line easily. Tries to put it across to Severson. Severson can't hang on to it. Has to resort to a backhand to get it inside the zone. Stanford on the forecheck. She'll come away the puck on the far side board. She's got Sullivan on the other side. Here's Sullivan with a chance. Oh, great stick check by Pasemko.
Sullivan tried to pull it across and tuck it in, and Pasemko, beautiful save.
Chances for the Fire. Here's Stanford on the short side boards. Maloney trying to keep it in the puck. And it does come out in the neutral zone and into the Calgary Fires, and Alloway will retrieve it in front of Cass Brown. She'll do a long pass. McEwen can't get her stick on it. And
no icing call. They must have touched someone.
That's Warenko trying to move the puck around the cords. Nixon will come in to keep it in for the Calgary Fire. Ackroyd up against the board with Ella Kitchen. Nixon. Here's McEwen trying to get something done. She drops it for Petamshan. Petamshan will let a shot. A high lobbing wrister from outside the ringette line, easily handled by Pasemko. Stoppage of play at 14:27 in the third.
Every bit of puck possession is a royal battle here, Craig. The kids are working hard. They have to fight for every inch. Both teams so evenly matched.
Foisey, Petamshan in the face-off circle. Petamshan wins. Back to Nixon. Nixon will push it up against the board for Ella Kitchen. She's checked by Thornton. Falls down. Foisey trying to play it around the net. Just picked up by Julie McEwen. McEwen in the corner now. Battling with two St. Albert defenders. Kitchen in to help. Here's Ackroyd with St. Albert. She's got the puck and she's going to try to bring it out of the zone, but it's stopped by Nixon. Nixon to McEwen. McEwen gives it over to Sutton. Sutton with a little bit of room. She'll put a wrist shot on net. It's wide. Pasemko elects to cover that up and play. Let's see line change both teams here at 13:58 in the third.
Two really nice opportunities for Calgary there, but both shots were just right at the goalie and not a lot of steam.
Last few minutes, pretty good pressure by Calgary Fire here. Pasemko, stand-up job in net for the St. Albert Raiders. Face-off. Sees the puck come out through the neutral zone all the way down to Calgary Fire, and Nixon will retrieve it. She'll elect to go around her net. First she tries to move the puck up to Sutton. Sutton spins it cross ice where Barnon will push it in from the red line. This is Leger for St. Albert, can't handle it. Dean.
Oh, a nice save again by Pasemko.
Great opportunity by the Fire.
Dean to Sudo in front.
That's Nixon trying to put it up in front of the net. Does go through. Dean carries it in the corner. Deflection here. Go back to Sutton to the blue line. Back to Nixon. Back to Sutton now in the high slot. She's going to let a slap shot go nice and low. Tipped by Leger of St. Albert in the corner. Richarko grabs it. Backhand pass. Doesn't hit a target.
Both teams just happy to dump it out to release the pressure.
Sutton at the blue line tries to put it cross ice. Leung moves it out of her zone. Sutton now retrieving behind the Calgary Fire goal line. Little contact there just inside the blue line between Fire and Raider players. There's Matthew. Matthew to Lubert. Lubert Matthew against 2 Calgary defenders.
Just put it towards.
Whoa, Lubert will put it on net, and a little pushing and shoving there towards the net.
Yeah, Washko from St. Albert is making sure no one gets to her goalie. She's cleared Adrian Lubert away. Another 2-on-1 for Calgary. Would have been a great scoring opportunity, but we just kind of pushed the puck towards the net. Pisemko cleared it easily.
Here's Stanford in the faceoff circle. Calgary wins, though. The attempt to clear, held by Ironside. Can't quite keep control of it. And a soft puck into the neutral zone where Workman will manage. A little back and forth here before Ironside collects and moves to the red line for Matthew. Now Leger for St. Albert with the puck in her own end. She'll put it cross ice around the back of the net, where it's kept in by Workman. Here's Leger again. She'll try to backhand it at Soltis. Soltis in the corner, checked by Severson. Kelly Stanford hits the ice.
Oh,
Here's
we have a penalty coming up for St. Albert.
The tripping call. I don't think there was much intent there, but that penalty does not need intent to be called. Now the Calgary Fire will enjoy a 2-minute power play opportunity here at 11:58 in the third period.
I believe the saying goes, Craig, you have to have control of your own stick. So even if you inadvertently trip someone, it's still a penalty.
All right.
Let's see if Calgary can tighten up this power play. They haven't had a lot of success with it today.
Pedimshan, Sullivan, Severson, Ironside, Workman here to start this power play chance. A little back and forth there at the far side board before St. Albert Charco is able to get it up into the neutral zone. Number 11, Nassette with St. Albert will fire it long. Good forecheck there by St. Albert. Because Calgary fired a reset. Here's Pedimshan now bringing up across the red line. She'll fire it into the far side corner and go on chase. Sullivan on the other side. Sullivan gets there first, unable to manage, and Charco fired all the way down to the far end again. Brown will stop and put in play for Workman. She retreats behind her net. One St. Albert forward, forechecking in that zone. Now there's 2. Workman. Pedimshan just can't get together there to move the puck out. Here's Ironside now on the near side. Ironside getting the puck across the red line. She'll dump it up to McEwen. McEwen tries to come in center ice. Here's Pedimshan. Very light backhand on net for Pisemko. She'll cover easily with a 1 minute left. The Calgary Fire power play.
Another weak shot to Pisemko. Calgary really struggling with their power play today. A little better breakout of their own zone, but still needs to be cleaned up. St. Albert's done a fantastic job with their PK today, adding pressure where they need to.
Oh, face off just a little too strong. Alloway can't keep it inside the blue line. Plays the puck off for Bum again. No way we buy her skates if she's going to do that all the time. Right? Here's Katie Maloney behind her own net. Katie Maloney. Long looping pass to Stanford. Missed. St. Albert's able to get the puck, but can't get it out of her zone. Here's McEwen in the far side corner. She's going to try to find Kitchen in front of the net. Body down. Here's McEwen again. Now, a great
beautiful save by Pisemko again.
Right, but Stanford there. Close quarters. Pisemko, great save. Alloway fires the puck back into St. Albert's end. There's only 20 seconds left in this power play. St. Albert doing a good job on the penalty kill.
Oh, the ref's not happy about the linesman. Oh, and I think there's a penalty coming to Calgary.
Interference call here on Calgary. Kelly Stanford went to play the puck and off her opponent. So, for 8 seconds, we'll be 4-on-4 at 10 minutes and 5 seconds in the third period. And then St. Albert will have their revenge opportunity on the power play.
Ref's done actually a pretty good job of keeping this game even, Craig. I think the penalties have to be pretty close, other than the 4-minute penalty to Calgary.
All right. Here's Charco. Charco and Pseudo in face-off circle. Megan Dean out with, Barnon. Barnon took that face-off. So Barnon and Megan Dean out there trying to kill off what will start as a power play opportunity for St. Albert right now. That's Thornton keeping the puck in. Sutton goes back to collect, kicks up forward, but St. Albert comes out of the puck with it. They'll move it over to Warenka for St. Albert. She'll put it in the far side corner. Here's Barnon. Barnon can't get it out. Kept by Charco. Charco's got a target. Warenka She'll shoot. It's wide. Here's Olivia Sutton going back to play. Good movement by St. Albert on this power play so far, Mike.
Yeah, that's how it's. They've done a great job both games.
There's Charco. She's going to put it at the net. Cass Brown pushes it in behind. Here's Megan Dean. She got a chance to clear the puck.
Oh, but kept in.
Held in by Warenka.
What a play by Warenko.
Right in the chest. He was able to play it down. And
oh, this time we got it.
1 minute left. And the penalty kill for the Calgary Fire. St. Albert trying to get something going. Cycled the puck pretty well there before Calgary was able to finally clear it.
Yeah, they had a couple of good shots.
Shorthanded opportunity by Lupert, thwarted. Puck's now out to center ice for St. Albert, and they'll bring it into Calgary's end.
Oh, nice shot by Sutton, just to lift the stick enough so she couldn't get to the net.
Langenhan in there was able to muscle Olivia Sutton to get her on the net and put that puck on net.
Langenhan has been dangerous all game. She's got a lot of speed, and she's great with that puck.
Oh, my goodness!
That was a little scary.
Woo. Mishandled by Pasemko. That puck trailed just outside the goal line all the way across.
A lot of fans have lost their breath.
I heard the curlers yelling hurry hard there, but the puck did not move in the straight line, and no harm done. Here's the far side. St. Albert's going to move the puck up to center ice there.
5 seconds left in the penalty.
Here's Ironside. Ironside will try to clear.
I don't know where that puck went.
Weird bounce at the Calgary bench area. Kept it inside the zone. Here's Ironside again, near side corner.
Oh, trouble.
Put up the Stanford.
Oh, we got a slew foot.
Yeah. I don't know. I think that was probably accidental contact at the end of the day, but we'll go back about tripping. There doesn't have to be intent. Yeah. So number 9 for St. Albert, Madison Murray will hit the box. So we've got back-to-back power play opportunities between these two teams. It's Calgary Fire now getting their second one here in the last 5 minutes.
Could it get any more exciting, Craig? Non-stop penalties.
It could if it was like 6-6, but
yes, yeah. I guess goals aren't everything, but
Bedhamshad in for the face-off. Charco does a good job trying to prevent any offense coming out of that opportunity. Here we go. We see the typical St. Albert penalty kill. They like to try to hold and freeze that puck down there.
Good luck getting that puck out of there.
Fire needs to
You're going to need a few more people.
That's right. Pedamshan on the far side. She's got both her forwards with her. Here's Workman. Workman, little spin. She tries to move it to Pedamshan.
Not sure why you'd want to bring that puck back into the boards again against St. Albert. Oh.
Here we go. Little opportunity by Severson there.
And St. Albert clears his own.
Cass Brown will collect that puck from behind her net. Workman and Ironside going back to get it. Pedamshan's going to circle and try to get up ice here and accept this pass from Workman. A little too far and comes off the boards there. Thornton's able to keep it in. Thornton a good forecheck here on the penalty kill. Thornton really outplaying.
One-man wrecking crew in there.
Yeah, right now. Calgary Fires need to get the puck up ice. They've under a minute now in their power play opportunity. Here's Ironside, full head of steam. She'll dump it in across the blue line. We're going to see a change. Pedamshan's off. Pseudo's on. Here's Ironside deep in the corner. McEwen's dropped back to the defensive point to cover. Here we see it again. St. Albert doing their pin and hold.
If Calgary wants any success in the power play, they're going to have to keep that puck away from the boards.
Foisey, Ironside.
Down to 25 seconds.
We've seen this about 20 seconds down here in this corner. McEwen tries to put it across.
Oh, this could be ugly.
Thornton couldn't get it out. Workman in the slot. Oh my goodness.
We have a goal.
Wow. It looked like St. Albert was going to have a breakaway opportunity there. Workman was able to stop it. Comes in deep inside the ringette line. Little backhand pass to Ella Kitchen, who buries the second goal of this game for the Calgary Fire.
What a change of events, Craig. What looked to be a breakaway. Everyone was having a heart attack, and the puck turns around. Isn't that just the way it goes?
Yep.
Good opportunity at one end, and it come back to score.
So that is a power play goal for Calgary Fire. There was 10 seconds left in that penalty. It's 6:03 now. The Fire take a 2-1 lead.
So we're back to even strength. That'll kill the penalty.
Willen's in for St. Albert. She's able to push the puck
forward. Have another tripping right here on the faceoff.
My goodness. So now we're back to back penalties. Kelly Stanford again going in. I think that's her second or third penalty today.
My back's killing me, Craig. All this back-to-back. That was a really bad.
That was
joke.
good. That was a good one.
That was really bad. But seriously, my back is killing me from standing here.
What have we got going on here? We had too many Fire players on the ice here.
Did.
So
nobody told Calgary they had a penalty, apparently.
Barnon and Dean coming off. All right. Off the face-off, Calgary actually gets possession, but the puck clearing attempt kind of hits the point. Leger, they're able to keep it in. Here's Maloney trying to check. Calgary goes around the far side. Cass Brown covers the post, able to create a whistle. Yep. So 5:45 left in the third period. There's a minute 45 left in Kelly Stanford's penalty. Face-off will be to Cass Brown's right. Lubert will be on the dot there. She'll be going up against Willans for St. Albert.
Let's keep our eye on St. Albert's goalie. We're at the 5-minute mark. It would be really early to pull your goalie, but you never know.
Shot off the face-off goes wide. Matthew able to clear it. It's going to go down all the other end. Minute 36 now left in the penalty kill for Fire. Here's St. Albert trying to start a rush here. Willans on the near side corner. She'll do a long pass up there, picked up by Murray from St. Albert. Now in front of the Calgary Fire bench. Sutton will pick it up. She'll put a slapper on there to put it in the far side corner again. A minute 17 now in St. Albert's power play. Here's
Sky Matthews does a great job getting that puck.
Able to use her big frame there to get possession and take off a little more time from this penalty kill. Here's Nixon in behind her goal line. She can't get quite possession. Now the point for St. Albert. Wide shot by Washko. Here's Charco. She'll put it to Washko at the blue line.
It's just over the blue line. Oh, and it came back. We're going to have a whistle.
Yeah, there we go.
Tough break for Washko. She wanted to get a shot away, but unfortunately she brought it over the blue line and back again.
Yeah, I don't think she had any intent to go forward. She was just trying to stick handle the blue line, and puck made a little more movement than she wanted. 47 seconds left in this St. Albert power play. 4:47 left in the third. Calgary up 2-1. Here's Warenka cross ice to Langenhanen. She'll be on the far side boards trying to make a move there. She keeps and retains that possession all the way up to Washko Warenka again, where her shot's wide. Here's Ironside. Ironside back over to Workman. Workman with an assist on that last goal. Workman fires all the way down. It'll go right on Pasemko. She's going to have to stop it. Move it off to the corner for Thornton. Severson on the forward check. Thornton has to move it back to the near side corner. Here's Charco, St. Albert. Langenhanen now. I think we're seeing a little bit of a short bench here for St. Albert. We keep seeming to call the same names over and over again here, Mike. Penalty is expiring in 1 second. We're
at the 4-minute mark. Even strength again. Kelly Stanford tried to intercept the pass there.
Long clearing pass. Stanford just unable to keep her stick on it. Here's Ironside. Langenhanen in behind Calgary's net. Dean will go collect on the near side boards. She'll push it back to Workman. Okay, Fire finally able to clear it. Try to put it over to Workman. Here's Workman on the left side. Backhand pass at Pasenko. Your shot.
Stanford got a bit of a backhand away there, but not much. Not much heat on that shot.
Here's behind the net, St. Albert. Trying to make something happen. Trailing by 1 goal with just over 3 minutes left in this game. Here's Dean. Support by Alloway. Dean will put it off the boards there, and she goes to play, and she does get her puck stick on it. She falls down though. Whoa, here's Stanford with a nice move.
And she scores, Craig.
Wow.
3 minutes left. What a great time for Calgary to get another goal.
A little breathing room for the Calgary Fire.
Kelly Stanford, always dangerous. Nice little poke check. Got her one move on the defenseman and walked in on the goalie, and just a beautiful shot. Yeah. Pasemko didn't have a chance.
12 feet out. Pasemko Stanford. It's a tough spot for Pasemko to be in there. Yeah. But this is not over by any means. St. Albert, ton of skill on their squad. 3 minutes left. You can expect to see Pasemko come out of the net at some point. Here's St. Albert in their own end. Trying to move the puck up. Maloney over to Alloway. Alloway now, she'll lob it up forward. It'll go through the neutral and all the way down to St. Albert.
Could be an icing.
An icing call here. 2:50 left in the game. This is the gold medal game for Midget Elite Hockey in the province of Alberta. Calgary Fire has has captured a gold medal for Bantam already this year. They've captured a silver medal for the AAA. Calgary Fire Midget Elite guaranteed a silver medal and look in good position.
We have a timeout called.
3 minutes.
We've got a timeout called by St. Albert here, Craig. As a player, Craig, I don't think I hate anything worse than a 2-goal lead for Calgary.
Yeah, earlier today, actually, the Calgary White team had a 2-goal lead over Sherwood Park in the second period and ended up losing that game 6-4. Heartbreaker for them. Finishing first in the province overall. And that was it was a very interesting game. There was two players ejected for fighting, which I don't think I've ever seen a full-fledged fisticuff in female hockey, but
yeah, you don't see it every day.
You see a lot of temper, and even in a medal game to have something like that go on was quite odd.
Yeah, apparently the kids will be allowed back on the ice to collect their medal, even though they have been delivered a game suspension.
Yeah, it was, weren't allowed for a handshake line, but could collect their medals.
Yes.
Whoever was kicked out.
Pasemko's back in the net, but the coach is waving at her. Oh, she's coming in now. Yeah, they pulled their goalie.
Going to pull her right away, so St. Albert is going to elect to have an extra player on this. We'll see. Calgary Fire has actually had really good face-off success this weekend tournament, but she's up against Charco, Pedamchan against Charco, and Charco is no slouch there either, directing her defenseman where she wants. Defensewoman, my apologies.
Good cover, Craig.
St. Albert does
St.
win.
Albert does win.
To the point. Attempt to play is tipped by McEwen. McEwen does get the puck out. Now we have an empty net. McEwen on a hard forecheck. Langenhan into the far side. St. Albert tries to push the puck up. Can't get it into the fire zone. Pedamchan aggressive. Here's Alloway now.
Looking for an opening to clear that puck. There's not a lot of space.
She's just trying to get the puck up there. It is kept in by St. Albert. Here's Maloney now. Maloney now trying to play in the corner. St. Albert comes up with a puck. It's back to the point. Oh, like a 6-direction change on that puck from the point shot.
Very dangerous.
Wrap around. Cass Brown comes over to play. Puck in the net now. Here's Alloway. She moves it over to the corner for that forward. Calgary Fire, long looping shot.
Oh my God, it's in.
And it is in.
Julia McEwen from almost her own red line. It found the middle of the net. Craig, that almost never happens, Craig.
4-1 for the Calgary Fire with 2 minutes left. It ain't over till it's over, and the fat people kind sing, but it's not looking good for St. Albert right now.
I got nothing to say to that, Craig. I got nothing.
Because it's not just women that are fat, men.
Yeah, I know it.
That's why I went there. Yeah.
Nobody can touch that.
All right, St. Albert here trying to make something
Goalie's
happen
back in the
last
net.
2 minutes. Here's Sutton. Sutton spins, just tries to clear and does so. Thornton back to Warinka. Warinka now across the red line. She'll dump it in. Forward check by Soltis. Not before Sutton can get there. Puck now kind of up against the far side boards. We're a minute 37 left in the third.
St. Albert desperate to try and make something happen here. Calgary just fighting to stay alive.
The far side corner. Here.
Goes to the point.
Yeah, here we go.
We might have a
now
clearing.
We have Matthew, Lupert, Pseudo.
Oh, wow. Heartbreaker.
Yeah, heartbreaker.
Heartbreaker.
For sure. Pasemko saw it coming, just couldn't close her 5-hole fast enough. Now it's 5-1, and I'm not a fortune teller, Mike, but I'm going to suggest that this game is over, and Calgary Fire is going to have a gold medal.
Somebody from
17 seconds.
Somebody from the St. Albert bench needs to go over and give Pasemko a hug. She's done a great job this weekend. Very unfortunate goal.
Yep, flurry of activity here in the last 2 minutes of this game. So that was Julia McEwen's second empty net goal of the tournament, actually.
Now that you think about it, it is.
Although
what are the chances, Craig? What are the chances?
For some reason, the box score, when it first came out, gave that empty net goal to Cass Brown, which was amazing.
Yeah, not every day you see a goalie score a goal on an empty net unassisted.
But it was corrected here.
Oh, yeah, sorry.
Here's St. Albert here, trying to make something happen. Deflected shot up in the
net. We got. You want to? No? Okay. We almost had a guest on our came over here.
Everybody wants to be on
Yeah.
TV, Mike. Everybody
Yes,
wants to
they
be on TV. All right. 1 minute and 8 seconds left. Face off. Cass Brown's right. Kelly Stanford out to take that. She wins off to Sutton. Sutton tries to push it up to Sullivan. Just a little too far for Sullivan. Sutton now should get it back. Got last minute to play here in the third period. Here's Sutton moving the puck up across her own blue line. She'll backhand it in. St. Albert will play easily back up into the neutral zone. Here's Foisey. A little back and forth here between Calgary Fire and the St. Albert Raiders.
Kelly Stanford again.
Stanford tries to do a backhand pass to Dean. Dean does have it. Dean and Sutton in the corner. Puck comes outside the blue line with Sutton down deep. Here's Nixon, Sutton. Here's Sutton. Now crossing the blue line. All three forwards had to do the long stride there to stay outside.
Thank God for all that pregame stretching, Craig.
Yeah, you and I did that. We'd rip our pants and probably injure ourselves there.
That might be it for our season.
Far side, waning seconds of the third period. I think we're just going to see some light play on the puck here as celebration starts on the Calgary Fire bench. And there we see sticks and gloves and helmets and everything else you paid for this winter, Mike, on the ice here. And there the girls crash the net on the Calgary Fire to celebrate. And
this might be a good time to thank all the parents, Craig, because really who did half of the work this year? Driving the kids to the arena, feeding those little buggers and putting them to sleep at night. But this is it. This is the one. This is the pinnacle of their season.
Oh, even the ambassadors are out there celebrating with their team.
Oh, that's good to see.
Great job by the Peace Country Storm organization for hosting this tournament this weekend. And great game. St. Albert's got nothing to hang their heads about. They walk away with a silver medal. So St. Albert organization's gold and a silver so far in midget this year. So
I believe that's silver 2 years in a row for St. Albert, is it not?
Right.
Yeah. Great. Once again, it was a great job by Grand Prairie. I want to special thanks to all the organizers and the volunteers who made this event such a great thing for the kids. And when you see this kind of celebration, this is what makes it all worthwhile.
Coaches. Put your hands together one more time and let's congratulate our silver medalists of the 2019 St. Albert Raiders. And now our gold medal champions, Calgary Fire Red. Number 1, Cassidy Brown. Would number 1, Cassidy Brown, and number 15, Kelly Stanford, please come up and accept your badge.